the unboxing of a AliExpress CarPlay head unit. Let's have a look how terrible this is. I just want to state that this doubled in CarPlay head unit was essentially $39 delivered from China to Australia. It is incredibly lightweight. There is not much weight to it whatsoever. So I'm not getting my hopes up, but I did think it would be interesting. 7-inch doubled-in CarPlay head unit, multi-player. Let's have a look. You can just tell how amazing it is by the quality of the packaging here. Okay. Ooh. Right, to start off with, this is not, the plugs here are not at all what the AliExpress advert shows. It basically showed one socket with all the wires coming off, not this, so probably not a good start. Does not weigh anything. Well, that's probably good. It's not going to fly out of my dashboard. There is also no mounting kit, which I probably should have looked into further. Interesting. Looks like plastic, but probably some incredibly cheap casting there. Probably not the best at venting heat out, so... Oh, but we've got the quality controlled pass sticker, so you definitely know that that's going to be amazing. Yeah, the advert didn't have two sockets, but that's okay, we can work with that. Antenna in, of course. This one here is marked as GPS on the advertisement, but obviously this doesn't come with any sort of external. I'm not sure how I'm going to mount this, as it did not come with a doubled-in bracket. So I'm not sure how I'm going to mount it entirely. Let's have a look. USB. Does not come with a USB cable to connect your phone to. I can't wait to plug this in. This is going to be hilarious. Okay, but yeah, primarily the wiring won't be an issue. It's very straightforward, as all these sort of basic things are. The only one I'm concerned about, I might just leave the now let's forget the antenna. I like the way they've labeled this. Brake, key 1, battery, antenna, ignition switch, ground. I'm just having a look through the hole in here. There's really very little inside. I don't want to take it apart though, because I'll probably break something even more. But I can see a ribbon cable in here. There's like a galvanized plate running across the back of the screen here. So looking inside, looking through these vents here, all I can see is a galvanized plate running across the sort of the height of the back of the screen, which is very odd. So let's see if I can see any sort of circuit boards. Can't see anything at all. Interesting. Oh, give it some time over the weekend and plug this bad boy in and see what happens. Just showing the harness for well, someone sort of adapted into the Sony Explode into the Mazda harness here. So this is the Mazda end up here. And I believe this and this would have been for the Mazda head unit though. And this is the Sony Explode, or say Sony adaptation here. So everything neat, makes sense. And then goes into here, colors all match up. Green into green, white into white, grey, grey, purple, purple, etc. Same over here. What the Sony Explode hasn't had connected to it is the orange, which I believe is for the, it's either the dimmer or the electric antenna, which I have disconnected in my car simply because I never actually used the FM function of the Explode. I've just used it as a sort of receiver for the dash mounted CarPlay unit, which I've had, which is the reason I've got this $35 AliExpress CarPlay head unit. I simply don't want something bouncing around on the windscreen. I just want something nice and tidy in the dashboard. So hopefully this does work out. So I will pop up a wiring harness diagram. I'll pop up a wiring diagram for the Mazda, which explains what the orange is there. I did think there was a dimmer, maybe that's the blue, or blue and orange anyway. So let's check it out over here. Now, the AliExpress wiring diagram here, the wires aren't quite laid out in exactly the same way as the actual harness, like the actual sort of power and receiver, illuminate, radio antenna, etc. They do match up to the diagram here. The speaker wires are sort of out of sequence. For instance, the diagram has white initially, then grey. We've got green, then white. And we've got here green, then purple, but here we've got grey, then purple. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. I'm hoping that it is this diagram, which is just a bit shithouse, to be honest. So let me just refer back to the Mazda and Sony wiring diagram. I'm pretty sure most of the colors would be kept the same across the board. For instance, on here we've got green going into green, so I'm sure as I match the speakers to the right ones, we'll be fine. There's literally two speakers and two sort of door mounted tweeters in this thing, so I'm not super fussed on sound quality, to be honest. I just want it to work and be tidy. Connected all the wires up now, so basically matching the same colors across into the original Mazda harness. The only wires I haven't connected are the green for illumination. Hopefully that won't cause a problem. Pink down here, which is the reverse to turn on the reversing camera, which I don't care for, so we're not using. And brown, which is for the steering wheel controls, which also do not care for. Right, let's give this a go and see how many fuses blow. The only issue I can possibly see is with the orange. The AliExpress harness obviously has the orange. Orange is going from the Mazda to the end of the sort of the power controls for the Mazda, but the Sony head unit didn't use the orange, which again is for the handbrake. So the Sony unit didn't have any sort of playback features for videos or such, whereas this does. But you know, again, that's not something I really care for, won't be making use of, but I'll probably just keep the wire in there for the time being. Ignition power, so nothing. That is constant power. It's quite a larger gauge wire as well. That's earth, so we should get, yeah. So pretty straightforward, but I'm not sure this orange one is. So let's open that. That goes into, orange goes into this one. Okay, we've got red, yellow, black, blue, orange. But going into the Sony, we don't have the orange. So what is the orange? Follow up to the $35 AliExpress CarPlay head unit, just to show in operation. I'm just using it wired, as that is all the cheap option that this has available. Very straightforward. Power, you can change. I've got no camera plugged in, radio, SD card, doubled in. Not much more to say really. Regular settings as you would expect. Bluetooth you can connect to with Bluetooth. I'm just doing wired, it's just easier for me. Allows charging of course as well. So let me see if I can keep this video going, and I'll just show the CarPlay function. Seems to still be connecting. There we go. I will not turn this up, as I do not want a copyright strike for the music. I don't think it's actually going to play the music anyway, because it seems to be having trouble connecting, because I'm recording this on my phone at the same time. There we go. This is working. As soon as I start pressing play on any music, it does cut out the video anyway, so let's ignore that and go to the regular CarPlay functions. So, responsive enough screen. Let's have a look at maps. See, it's nice and responsive, not slow in any way. Waze works fine, very good. As I said, it's quite responsive, nothing out of the ordinary, performs exactly how I want it to. So there you go.